First at 4, the mystery of a missing man. Police find his body in a surprising place after complaints about a foul odor. Also, the countdown to a huge event in downtown Detroit.
In 150 days, we are going to welcome America to the city of Detroit, and I can't wait.
Mayor Duggan also describing how local families will benefit as well. And Hank is joining us.
The toys that could be a big danger for your children. I'm Hank Winchester. Help me, Hank. We're going to show you which toys made the list and what you need to know before you start holiday shopping.
FO1 meteorologist Kim Adams. A frosty start to the work week with temperatures right now only in the 20s and more cold air for tomorrow. We'll talk about it coming up first at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, we're learning more about a man found dead inside an air duct at Macomb County Community College, but a few mysteries remain at this hour. So here's the latest since noon. Macomb College police say the man has been identified as 36-year-old Jason Thompson. He was originally reported missing to Sterling Heights police on November 1st and was last seen by family on October 25th. His body was found in the Performing Arts building on the campus in Clinton Township after a foul odor was reported. It's not clear how he got into the ventilation system, and the medical examiner is working on a cause of death. At this hour, a freighter is stuck in the Detroit River with 2 tugboats just trying to pull that ship into open water. The freighter measures more than 600 feet and was heading to Italy, carrying about 21,000 tons of wheat. It anchored near Belle Isle Sunday night and noticed the anchor dragging this morning, and a bow thruster wasn't working. The Coast Guard was notified just after 7:30 this morning. Right now, authorities are meeting to discuss their next move. So far, there's no damage to report, no pollution or injuries. We're following this closely. We'll have a live update when you join us at 5. Detroit's Fillmore Theater is the focus of some repair work and a crash investigation after this mess was left behind early this morning. A car slammed into the box office at the front of the theater. We have this video from shortly after the car was removed. Police say a woman was behind the wheel. She was arrested as the investigation continues. Country singer Chris Young is scheduled to perform at the Fillmore tomorrow. So far, we haven't heard about any changes, but of course, we'll let you know once we hear. City of Detroit getting ready for another turn in the national spotlight when the NFL draft rolls into town next year. And Mayor Duggan says local families will share in the excitement in a really big way. Today, all the players in the planning of the event offered sneak peeks at what's coming. The NFL draft is now 150 days away. Mayor Duggan says it will be held right in the downtown business district, giving the entire nation a great look at the city. Today, we also got some glimpses at some of the benefits for Detroit residents.
We can share that the area around the award-winning Campus Martius Park and Hart Plaza will host a variety of exciting NFL draft events, including the NFL Draft Experience, a free, interactive football-themed park.
I'm really pleased at what the whole team is doing with the Detroit Experience to make sure our children and our families can participate. They will be running youth programs that include football clinics and flag football competitions and tailgating and $1 million in investment in youth programs.
All right, 150 days, that's not too far away. It means the NFL draft kicks off on April 25th of next year. Mark your calendar. As we head into the first forecast, here's a live look at Mount Clemens. Snow showers could be hanging around for some of us tonight. Kim Adams is tracking current conditions. So what are you seeing around Metro Detroit, Kim?
I don't know, but that looked absolutely awful.
It did. I was trying to be upbeat on a Monday afternoon. Did I sell you on that?
It is the definition of a Monday, is just looking at that picture. It was pretty yesterday, though, putting up the tree, or if you were doing some holiday decorating or baking. It was nice with the snow coming down, but as we all head back to work, it's just gray and frosty. ExactTrack 4D radar showing snow showers across the entire area. Scattered, some bursts of heavier lake effect snow moving through. Those bands will continue until about midnight tonight. And it's cold on top of that. It's 30 right now at City Airport, 28 in Grosse Ile, and Monroe, 27 out at Metro Airport. Tomorrow looks to be the coldest day of the week. We start out at 20 degrees. We will get at least a break or two of the sun. Otherwise, just a mostly cloudy day with highs in the upper 20s. 20s, wind chills in the teens. But hang on, the 40s are making a comeback. I'll tell you when in a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Kim. Israel and Hamas have agreed to extend their ceasefire for 2 more days. That's according to the government of Qatar. Then we might see more photos like this. That's 4-year-old American Abigail Eden with her grandparents, aunt and uncle, after her release from captivity. Her mom and dad were killed during the October 7th Hamas massacre. She turned 4 on Friday while being held hostage. She is now with family after being released just yesterday. Devin Scillian in the newsroom with more on the ceasefire. Devin?
Yeah, Karen, the ceasefire was expected to run out at midnight, but should now be extended by 2 more days. The Red Cross now saying 11 more hostages have been released today. And Israel just confirmed their arrival, in fact, into Israeli territory. We've got new video of another reunion from yesterday. In this handout, an Israeli woman is reunited with her 2 daughters after they were held hostage for 51 days by Hamas militants. The girls just 15 and 8 years old. Hamas is expected to release more hostages each day. Now, while dozens of people have been released, though, dozens more are still being held captive. Here's U.S. reaction to the extension of the truce.
This humanitarian pause has already brought a halt to the fighting, together with a surge of humanitarian assistance. Now, in order to extend the pause, Hamas has committed to releasing another 20 women and children over the next 2 days. We would, of course, hope to see the pause extended further, and that will depend upon Hamas continuing to release hostages.
Here's some of the humanitarian aid at the Gaza border crossing. 13,000 Palestinians, though, have been killed since this war started. Israel's prime minister vowing to continue the war, trying to destroy Hamas after the truce is over. So right now it looks like Hamas and other militants could still be holding up to 175 additional hostages, enough to extend the ceasefire for up to 2.5 weeks. But it's unclear if everyone will agree to keep the truce going. This is hour by hour. We'll have another update coming up on Local 4 News at 5. Karen, back to you.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Devin. A series of tributes to former First Lady Rosalynn Carter is underway leading up to her funeral. The memorial started with a wreath laying at Mrs. Carter's alma mater, Georgia Southwestern State University. Now, after that ceremony, her hearse traveled to Atlanta. After more services tomorrow, Mrs. Carter will be laid to rest Wednesday in her hometown of Plains, Georgia. Okay, so you know it's Cyber Monday, right? We know many of you are shopping today. Some of you might be browsing online right now, even as you listen to us. Well, the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission wants you to know there are many unsafe toys for sale right now, and they have some extra concerns about toys being purchased online. So, consumer investigator Hank Winchester joins us now live to explain what we need to know. Hey, Hank.
Hey, Karen, good afternoon to you. This is the list right here, as you mentioned, put out by the CPSC, letting parents know the toys that are out there for sale right now that could be a potential danger. And I'll tell you what, some of these took me by surprise. Take a look.
The hunt for the perfect gift is on right now, but before you buy a toy, make sure it's a safe one.
Do see too many toy injuries happening each year.
Last year alone, 11 toy-related deaths in children 14 and younger were reported across the country by the Consumer Product Safety Commission. Most from choking or suffocating on small parts, balls, or balloons. The agency says there were also an estimated 145,000 toy-related injuries treated in emergency departments for children 12 and younger.
A lot of those actually are non-motorized scooters, so making sure that the toys are age appropriate. Look for the warnings on the toys as well.
To keep children safe, check the labels for the recommended ages. Make sure what you're getting is appropriate for the entire family.
Even if you're buying for an older child, think about if there are younger kids in the household too, to make it safe for everybody.
Consumers can also look for a certification mark that shows a toy has been independently tested for safety. When buying online, check drop-down menus for additional safety info. If purchasing secondhand products online, check cpsc.gov to make sure that what you're buying hasn't already been recalled. And safety experts say use extra caution when purchasing from third-party sellers. They're not always reputable.
Far too often what we find is some of these people are based overseas, and when we see a defective product and we go back and want to recall, they just disappear.
Avoid giving water beads. There's a national push to ban them because of multiple injuries, even deaths in young children. Toys with strong magnets should also be avoided for younger kids because they could be swallowed. Finally, if you're getting a bike, skates, or a scooter, make sure that you also give appropriate safety gear and be sure it fits. Young children should always be supervised when using ride-on toys, especially in driveways where they may not be visible to people backing out.
Back out here live, we'll put the full list of all these toys on the Help Me Hank page at clickondetroit.com. We're live here tonight. Hank Winchester, Help Me Hank, back to you.
All right, we appreciate the heads up. Thank you, Hank.